Guys, what's happening? It's the greatest time to be alive. Where is everybody? It's Christmas Eve morning. What's happening, Bilbo? It's just you and me. You can be the spoon. I'll be the fork. We got two people here. A midnight stream. Where are the lurkers? Maybe I'm just going to be silent until Galen gets here. What's up, perfume snobs? Merry Christmas. Is that a Waldo avatar there? Or a naked white guy on the beach? That looks like Waldo. Headless Sense. Hello, hello. What's happening? We got 7 people. Drop your sense of the day as you're coming in. I'm just going to have a quiet stream. I was just sitting here. Did a lot of Christmas shopping today. That's what I did. Oh, yeah. Today was Christmas shopping day. And I got to go to the gym afterwards. So that was great. And I haven't bought myself anything yet. I'm not what I say yet for. I mean, like, I haven't bought myself anything for Christmas or for my birthday. And that's cool. That's cool. I'm okay with that. What's happening, April? It's good seeing you. Happy holidays. Yes. Mohammed. Did you guys all get your Christmas shopping done? I think we might have a surprise announcement this stream. No surprises. No surprises. Unless you want to come on and tell us something. Unless you have a surprise. Somebody else can surprise us. I'm not saying there's going to be no surprises. I don't have a big surprise for you this morning. But I know lots of surprises are always lurking around the corner. And that's what I'm talking about, flow. Like when you flow, every moment is a surprise. Like there's always something happening. Oh, wow. Everybody's starting to trickle in. Hey, everybody. It's good seeing everybody. I really wanted to come on yesterday. And by the time I got home, it was late. And I was like, I was exhausted. And I don't think I'd be able to put on a good stream. And so I didn't. And then I wanted to do something this morning. But then I was like, I got a lot of Christmas shopping to do. And I did most of it. So here we are. Just kicking back. Morning. Haven't watched a stream in years. What's happening, Mex Libris? It's good to see you, man. Glad that you're here. Headless is in Jubilation 25. Love Juby. April, did you buy any perfume for this holiday? I haven't bought anything since Heaven Can Wait. Anything. My birthday was 2 days ago, the solstice, December 21st. I haven't bought anything for myself. I really wanted to, but it was like the things that I wanted, it wasn't the moment, I wasn't in that place. So it wasn't meant to be. And I'm okay with it. I'll end up getting something eventually. And no, I haven't bought myself anything. Has anyone out there bought themselves any fragrance for the holidays? Holidays are always special for me because I've got my birthday 4 days before, and there's always a celebration, and festivity has always been big in my house for Christmas, the holidays, New Year's, and that time in between. There's always people here. Like there's always family and friends and neighbors and stuff. Let us know if you've bought anything for the holidays. I know April's got all the good stuff. Let us know what you've picked up. I know you're always picking up some really neat stuff. Rachel, how's it going? Hi ho ho. Bri, what's happening, bro? Happy holidays, everyone. Yes, happy holidays. What's happening? Icon. Hello, Eugenius. Hello, Icon. Coincidence, my scent of the Ensemble Mythique. Awesome. Nice. Nice ambergris perfume. His picks from Find Willie. What's up, Drawn by? Morning from very early UK. Yeah, you guys, it's what, 6 a.m. over there? Damn, some of you guys are just waking up, having breakfast Christmas Eve morning. Yeah. We did this last year. This always happens by coincidence. I'm not sure how this happens. It's like I don't plan on doing this, but It's happened the last couple of years where we've started a Christmas Eve stream really, really late. But everybody's got time. Nobody's working tomorrow, or at least unless you're in retail. I shouldn't say that. Alan Hansen, good evening all. What's happening, Alan Hansen? Good to see you. Scent of the day was and is Oud Ombre Bark by Cartier. Beautiful perfume. Beautiful. And Alan loved it so much, he's gifted me a bottle, and I love it as well. It is really beautiful. My scent of the day today was I went to the mall. I went to the mall without anything, and I applied tobacco honey there, and I wore that for the day. And then I got home, I took a shower, and I didn't want anything too heavy after that. And I just applied some of this. This is number 5, the body oil, and this is really good. It's very lotiony. It's like a number 5 creamy lotiony concentration of the eau de toilette, but very soft and balmy. Flava is in St. Clair, Casablanca. Merry festivities to everybody. Happy holidays, Alexander. A surprise flanker is in the future. 4. Did my year-end shopping spree as well. At least 15 fragrances, mostly Ensar, Oud, and Lezen. Yeah, man. I've had lots of those, but good for you. What else did you pick up? Lily, thank you so much. Happy belated birthday. Eugene, may all of your wishes and dreams continue to come true. Yes, they always do. They always do. Everything I wish for always comes true. At least the good stuff. You know, the good stuff. I've always gotten like what I've wanted. And part of that is like creating, you know, you have to create that, whatever it is that you want. What is the perfect Xmas scent? I don't know if there is a perfect one. To everyone, whatever they're wearing is perfect, but I've worn Musk Ravageur over the years. On Christmas, I've worn Noir Peace. Last year, I wore Coco Parfum. 1 year, I wore The Night, Frederic Malle The Night. So whatever it is, there's no perfect thing. Like it doesn't exist. But I would say something sweet, something gingerbread housey. Ombre Narguil is really good, I think. What else? It could be anything, you know, something big, something sweet. Bry was in Eau Noir today, and then Diaghilev tonight. Grand Perfume, yeah. Both of those are brilliant. I love both of those. Great haircut, by the way. Thank you so much. Tons of guys. I got so many birthday messages, texts, phone calls, whatever they call those, whatever they are, DMs, and I've never gotten so many in my life, and it was really nice. So thank you to everybody. You guys really made the day extra special. It was special as like on its own. I didn't get myself anything. I didn't get myself any perfume, or although I had like the intention was there. I was thinking of getting Lavon 31, the new Le Labo. I tried it once, and I like all the way home, I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. And I'm like, that's like probably the number one thing on my radar of new things. And no, I didn't get it, but I did give myself the gift of squats. I went to the gym and I did a bunch of squats for my birthday. And that was the best thing I could have given myself, because I felt amazing after. I felt really, really good. And I don't think any other perfume would have like given me that same sense of satisfaction as just moving, you know, getting flow, getting breath, getting exercise. And then I had dinner with my parents and my brother, and then I had another dinner with my sons and their sister and their mom, my ex-wife, my first wife, and that was nice. That was really nice, getting back together and having dinner. We do that a couple times a year, so it's always good. I've always dreamed of being a fish knife, says Catherine. Where are we going with this? I tried Le Lion yesterday for the third time, and I like remember Shalimar. Yeah, I if it is, it is for you. If it isn't, it isn't as well. Like it's one of those, you know. I don't. There was a time where I thought, okay, this does remind me of Shalimar, but the more you get to try it and familiarize yourself, the more it kind of separates from Shalimar. How long have you had, dude? I go to a different barber all the time. The barbers here now, there are so many barbers. The average cost of a haircut here is about $40 now, and they want you to make appointments. That's the standard now. They want you to make appointments. So I'm like, I don't make appointments, man. Like I just know I want a haircut. And when I want a haircut, I want it right then, and I want to walk in and just have a haircut. And if you're free, you got my hair. If not, I just go to the next guy. So, and I just keep circling, and they're like, "How come you never come back?" And I tell them all, and they're like, "Oh, okay." Some of them get really catty, eh? The barbers. If you go to the same barber shop and there's many barbers in there, and you go to one guy several times, they try and claim you. They're like, I own this guy. And if you go to another one, you could start a problem. Hey, there could be a problem amongst them. But I tell them all, like, nobody owns me, man. I own my own hair and I go wherever I want. So don't get too comfortable. I've had to tell a couple of barbers, like, listen, nothing personal, but I just go to whoever I feel like, okay? What's the fragrance of 20? Descendra, man. It can only be Descendra. What's the fragrance of 20? My favorites. I mean, from the things that I've only purchased one or two fragrances this year, and Heaven Can Wait was one of them. I don't even know what else is being out. Like, what else has launched this year? I haven't really been keeping up. Mossy is in Promise. It's 5 a.m. where Perfume Snobs is. April is in Rosendo number 5. I keep hearing about this number 5. Mohammed is in Derby. Great scent. What's up, Callie? What's up, Serapio? The bad boys are here. Good seeing you guys. Callie likes the new Le Labo. Serapio's in Pinot, of course. I bought my nieces a couple of perfumes today. Pinot was not one of them. Took me forever to figure out what I wanted. And then I had to remember what I bought them last year for perfume, when I bought them the year before, and to not get them the same thing. I got one of them Lancome deal, the Intense. I'm not sure if it's appropriate for a 16-year-old, but all of them, man. You got to do everything. Everything. You got to work out everything. Yeah, squats are my favorite. And protein. Yeah, all of it, man. What's up, Lynn? Hello, Eugene, and all. Happy birthday, Eugene, and Merry Christmas to all. Thank you so much, Lynn. Merry Christmas to you, too. Merry Christmas to everybody out there that's celebrating, or whatever holiday you're celebrating. Happy belated birthday, Eugene. Thank you so much. Breakfast from Baron. Getting ready for duty. Shout out to all the people getting ready for work in this period. Awesome. Yeah. Enjoy your day at work and duty, or whatever it is that you got to do. Enjoy your celebrations and enjoy your day. Enjoy all of your moments. Enjoy all of your people. Spread some love out there. There is a new Le Labo. Yeah, Lavande. Lavande came out after Myrrh 55. I haven't tried either of those. No. Obviously, I've tried Lavande, but I haven't tried Myrrh. Getting ready to choose between 24 Fallberg Parfum and Queer Canache for my gift. Have to choose only one. That's actually a really tough choice, because I do like both of these. I like 20. Okay, if I had to, I would probably go with Queer Canache. But I have a soft spot for 24 because it was Princess Diana's, like, one of her signature scents. So I always have that attachment to 24 Faubourg, and because it's a beautiful perfume as well. But I always had this like really nice memory of Princess Diana, and whenever I see or think 24 Faubourg, I'm reminded of her. So both, I love both of those, but you can't go wrong. If you're going to go with one, you can't go wrong with either. 24 Faubourg is a gorgeous floral perfume, and Cuir Canage is a gorgeous floral. It's got a lot of florals as well, like a floral leather. Le Lion is so good. Luxury in a bottle. It is. What was your top 5 best? I'm going to have to go through, like, I'd have to go through everything, man, to compile a list. Not just 20 best discoveries of 2023. I think the number 19, the Nouge scent last week was really good. I would consider that one of my best discoveries, considering I didn't even know it existed. The number 19 body spray, that was absolutely brilliant. Best discoveries. What else came out this year? Do you have a recommendation for books? Yeah, I would get the Luca Turin books. There's a book about number 5 that I have here. I've got some books here. I've got the Diary of Jean-Claude Elena. It's not the most exciting read. He just kind of, I don't know. I could never really, I tried getting into this and I just didn't really find it all that interesting. I didn't find the book as interesting as the person himself. Diary of a Nose. I've got some of the guides from Turin and Tanya Sanchez. There is this one, right? This is 620 pages. I think I found this on Amazon. I don't know why I have some pages highlighted here. And what else do I have? This is probably one of the most interesting books that I have. And I haven't finished this, but this is, I've got stuff falling all over me. This is The Secret of Chanel No. 5. And this is really good, actually. I've got to page 35. And I remember enjoying it. I just got to make more time for this stuff. That's the books I've got some more books over there. I've got like oh, I've got this. Cult Perfumes. And I got this off of Amazon. Right, so if there's any... I'll try and flip this for you guys. Oh, look. Guerlain Mitsuko. Are you her type? I am definitely her type. We were made for each other. We are each other's love languages. She is my love language, and I am hers. And we'll be together forever. Yes, you are my type. An advertisement for Mitsuko in an English magazine in 1938 dares to ask, "Are you her type?" So, wow, I didn't even realize that Guerlain was advertising Mitsuko in 1938. Of course they were. Of course they were. They had a product. They were advertising it, and that's how they did it. But I don't think I've ever seen this. I've never seen this ad before. I don't think I've seen any Mitsuko advertisements. Oh, there's Chanel number 5. Ah, there's the man. There's our boy, Christopher Chong. And Amouage. There's Amouage Jubilation for women. Perfumes are more than just beautiful scents. They are a philosophy, a representation of life, living who we are and how we want to define ourselves. Christopher Chong. Yeah. What kind of perfume do you want to define yourself? Amouage has got beautiful packaging. Eh? You got to give it to them. They've got really luxurious packaging. Annick Goutal. I'm sure you guys have all seen this, right? Everybody owns this, right? Robert Piguet. I just show you some of the cool pictures if you want to see them. There's Bandi. We got 36 now. So like the video as you're coming in. That would be really helpful. Please and thank you. Drop your scent of the day. Let us know what you're wearing for Christmas Eve. There is Armand Jane. Anyone have any Armand Jane favorites? The few that I've smelt, I remember them being really good, like of a higher quality and interesting perfume. Like well made, well crafted. They felt very detailed. I know there's a big following for Armand Jane. My love for perfume began as a young girl when my mother gave me a bottle of Madame Rochas. From that day on, I have kept every single bottle of perfume I have ever used. Linda Pilkington is that must be the owner of Armand Jane. There's Nikolai. Perfume is probably the most sophisticated creation one can make. It's very intellectual. It's the most valuable product of our spirit. Patricia de Nicolai. Miller Harris. I love the smell of fresh rain first hitting the earth. That was the inspiration for my perfume Terre de Bois. Lynn Harris. Here is the man. Francis Courguillon. And Francis says, being a perfumer is a bit like being a magician. It's about realizing your vision of someone else's emotions. Yeah, that's the tricky part. Realizing your vision of someone else's emotions. I guess of transferring a brief to reality. Here is Lubin. I know there's a big following for Lubin as well. There's no quote from Lubin. Oh, we got... Lorenzo Villoresi. Got Joe Malone. Joe Malone in Cult Perfumes, Velvet Rose and Oud, English Pear and Freesia. Houbijon, Grossmith. Look at those beauties. We got Rudnitska there. Over his crops. Oh! Looky, looky. Looky, looky, snooky. You got Frederick Malle. I think Heaven Can Wait is Jean-Claude Elena's best Frederick Malle, eh? Oh, there we got Angelique Soulapluie. Speak of the devil. He's not a devil. He's more of a beautiful soul, isn't he? He's such a soft soul, Jean-Claude Elena. I don't think the word devil and Jean-Claude Elena go together at all. I see myself as a publisher or editor of perfumes or even a record producer, producing the best from my artists. Frederick Malle. You got Floris. I capture smiles, giggles, laughter, and tears when I create bespoke fragrances for Floris. Each is a unique and personal blend. What a privilege. Cholet Foil. And we got Diptyque. Okay. There's enough of that. There's enough. Guerlain, yes. Anybody enjoying that? On top of the $40, how much? I usually leave like $10. So it's like a $50 haircut. Staying up late. This is what's up, Victor? Good seeing you. Is it late? Is it early? It's kind of in between. Lancome deal. Lynn likes it. Which of your sons got the fragrance gene? All of them. They're all wearing perfume. Every single one of them. What's your favorite masculine that non-niche head can enjoy? Bleu. Yeah, bleu. And just call it a day. Merry Christmas. 24 is so pretty. It is pretty. It is so pretty. Do you go with sativa? Everything. It doesn't matter. At this, it doesn't matter. Whatever I got. Whatever I got. Lavant 31 is nice, but there are many excellent lavenders such as Eau Noire and Lavant Trianon. I used to have that. What happened to my bottle of that? Yo, now that you mention it, I remember having a bottle of that. Plus, I struggle with paying much for a lavender scent. Yeah, yes, there are tons of lavender. You can just get put on them and call it a day. And if you've got Jersey, you've got everything. And if you've got Eau Noir, and if you've got the Hermescence Brenda Reglisse, you're set. I've got tons of lavenders, but I enjoy lavender as a note. And that's what we do here. What's up, Robert Duncan? Good seeing you. I don't think I have Chandler Burr's book. I would have to look, but it doesn't ring a bell. Diary of a Nose is like a VHS home video loosely documenting the life and thoughts of Jean-Claude Elena. Does not feel like a real book to me. That's kind of how I felt. There's very little emotion to it. It was just I felt like reading a document more than something personal and emotionally tied to his work. What's up, CK? Good seeing you, my friend. Hey, Eugene, hope you're well and had a great birthday. Merry Christmas. Thank you so much. Happy birthday to you as well. And Merry Christmas. Show more respect for New York Intense. I've bowed to New York Intense as much as I possibly can. I don't know what else. What else can I do? What else do you want me to do? What else do you want me to say? Other than I think it's brilliant. Chandler Burr's also got a series on, he's got a TED Talk on YouTube. Check it out. He praises Santal Masoya in that TED Talk. He called it a piece of work, like a piece of art. There's 3 perfumes he used in his TED Talk as examples of art, and Santal Masoya was one. Who remembers the other 2? Scent of the Day, Grand Soir. I'm a fan. Christopher Chong was right. There's a lot to perfume beyond memories and experiences. It's an amazing art. It is an amazing art that can touch you in so many places. It's unreal. Lynn loves Ormond Jane Woman and Rose Taif and Tula. TK says, my scent of the day is New York Intense, but for Christmas Eve, I will wear Antoine Lee's Rien. Intense incense because it takes me to church. Absolutely. Did Antoine do the intense incense? I'm not sure I've ever seen the perfumer's name attached to that. Robert's wearing Grand Soir for Christmas. That is the Cult Perfumes, the big one. There's the sleeve for it. Hey, Rachel. How you doing? Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Demimi and Havana Gloria. I was at Samir's today at Maximum Fragrance. Do you know what I saw there? I was so shocked. He was carrying Dusita. And I was like, how did you get Dusita? Like, aren't they a very independent distribution? And he's like, they just came. They were available, so I took them. The Perfect Scent also detailed the creation of is that Sarah Jessica Parker's Lovely? I found Chandler's interactions with the actress interesting. Yeah, Chandler's he's a great personality. I like listening to him speak. Tessa Williams. Yeah, it's Tessa Williams. Wearing Creed Royal Oud Christmas night. I don't know. I'll probably wear Coco or something again. I wore Coco for my birthday. That's why I wore Coco, and I ended up going to the gym. And then in the evening, I went for dinner with my kids and the boys and their mom. And I wore Egoiste. That was my scent for dinner. So it was a Chanel day. And I don't know if I'll wear Coco now again for Christmas. We'll see. We'll see. CK says, I'd wear Musk Ravager for Christmas if I had any. That Frederick Mull layout reminds me of Andy Warhol's work. Who is the best perfumer you met in 20? I didn't meet any perfumers in 2023. Like in person? I love 24 Faubourg. Me too. There's so much going on in there. I find it like a rendition of number 5, almost like a big floral with this big sandalwood in the base. Jersey is my favorite lavender. I love Jersey too. Jersey, it's lavender and tonka bean. Kenzo, what's happening? Kenzo's an uncut gem. Kenzo's digging the uncut gem. Love Maurice Roussel. You talk more about Chanel's Pour Monsieur than New York Intense. I talk about both. I love both, really. But Pour Monsieur was my first love. And I've been wearing Pour Monsieur quite a bit lately. And I haven't worn New York Intense lately. You're right. But I've look at the size of the dent in this bottle. Look at this. That's a huge dent. That's that's more than 50% gone. Look at that. This is so gorgeous. I love it. And very different from Pour Monsieur. Both are brilliant. Maison Lancome's higher end line is severely underrated. Most of them discontinued, sadly. They had some beautiful rose, iris, and even ouds. I had a couple of the ouds, and they were too much for me. I ended up selling them, and I remember they got discontinued after. It was like Oud Bouquet and Lancome's. There was 2 of the ouds. I had the Lavender Trianon. That was a super sweet, crunchy lavender. That was another goopy tonka bean filled lavender. Yes, he did, says TK, saying Antoine did Rien Intense. No one is allowed to touch Rien other than Antoine. Him and him only. Otherwise, it will be pure blasphemy. Yeah. Yeah. What's happening, Pradeep? Pradeep, some music for a while. You guys know my thoughts. I don't even need to stream. You guys know everything I'm going to say. TK is saying it. What's happening? Music for a while is Mull's most unique creation. Eugene likes it now. He did not like it before. Yeah, I really need to let the perfume settle. Once you pop that cap, everything is so sweet. That's what hits me. The first thing is sweetness. And once you get some air in that, it really settles and blooms and everything kind of comes together nicer. Ali Navid in Le Leon. What's happening, Ali? Good to see you. I love the gourmand theme in Lancome High and Line. They also got several master perfumers to work at this line. What a shame. Yeah, they did. They had some. I know Ropion was there. I remember he did some work. But they advertised all of that on their displays when you go to the Lancome, where they have these. What is the Lancome, the private line called with the Oud Bouquet? They have pictures of all the perfumers and they all explain their perfumes. For Christmas, I'll wear something with olibanum and myrrh. Not sure what yet. I know something with olibanum and myrrh, but I won't say. It's got rose in it too. What's up, Lane? Hope all is well. I haven't decided what fragrance to wear yet for Christmas. And that's okay. You got lots of time. I'm pretty sure New York Intense was this past summer's signature. It was very much. It's almost always in rotation, to be honest. I finally, other Iris Silver Mist this year. Didn't want to overpay. It is great. Was wiping fingerprints off the bottle of cocoa out of toilet and just sprayed some on my sweater, just as Eugene mentioned the scent. American Reader. The great thing about a big collection like Eugene's is you can easily go through phases, wear something for a while, and then set it aside and come back. That's the beauty. Yeah, you have it. You always have it. It's always there. And I do that all the time. And I go through those phases. Sometimes it's just Chanel. Sometimes it's just old Guerlain. Sometimes it's Frederick Mull, Sometimes it's just florals. Sometimes just green. Like I just want nothing but cutting cold green perfumes, really sharp, cold green perfumes. And then sometimes it's just like I just want cheap sweetness, depending on my mood, on the weather, on what is going on in my head. You never know, right? But you're right. I love my big collection. I love just having access to whatever it is I want. And it's always there, I walk into this room and it's just like, it's like friggin' Willy Wonka's in here for adults. Iris Silver Mist is great. I wore Rienne twice in 4 years. Now it has found a new home. Not a fan, eh? Pat Lester, evening Eugene sent of the day, Bois d'Assas, Naomi Goodseer, a smoky and boozy fragrance with some amber and tobacco. Anything similar to this fragrance that you can compare it and you like it. A smoky incense and boozy fragrance with some amber and tobacco. Sounds like Ombre Narguil. Yes, Rachel, LDE, definitely. LDE. Yeah. What about Serge Luton's Fumerie Turk? That is amber, tobacco, smoky, incensey. Might not be boozy. TK says Patchouli 24 by Le Labo has a similar vibe to Bois d'Assas, but more round. Also Bois d'Icar. I've not smelled Bois d'Assas. Drawn by Sen says, yes, I like to dig through the bottles to remind myself of what I've got. It's almost like buying something new. Oh, I forgot I had this. Yeah, I used to buy so many perfumes and I would come into my perfume room. Like I had this room, it was a cold cellar, and I would just drop them off in there. I wouldn't even open the cello, and they would be there for months. And I'd come in and be like, oh my God, look what I found here. A stash of 4, 5, 6 bottles of perfume that I've never been open. And it's almost like having two surprises, the moment you buy them, the day you buy them, and then 6 months later. Rachel says, Eugene, yes, I will wear La Doulette skis for Christmas. Maybe I'll wear La Doulette skis for Christmas as well. I meant to stop by this live. You mean stop in? You want to come on? I was meant to stop by this live. What is your favorite 3 notes now? Flowers. I love flowers. My favorite 3 notes. That's a good question. God, I mean, that's a tough question because there's so many categories. And then what is your favorite? Is it a spice? And then there's so many great spices. And then which of the spices is it? Is it a floral? And then which of the most amazing florals? You're making me decide between all these amazing florals, or whatever resins. It's a tough question. I love iris. I love amber. I love leathers. I love patchoulis. Man, what are my favorite 3 notes? Everything, everything. I love rose. I love violet. I love violet. I really love violet. I love lavenders. It's a tough question. It's a good question. but I also like piney notes. I love earthy notes. I love minty. I love greens. I love mints. I love like aromatics, aromatic spices, aromatic florals. What are your favorite three notes? When it comes to florals, I love iris. I love rose. I love ylang. I love violet. Spices, I love clove. I love cardamom. I love cilantro. Like the bitter, biting green, cutting cilantro. I like basil as well. I like so many things. It's tough. It's tough to, because I can give you an answer today, and tomorrow, if you ask me again, it's going to change. It's not going to be. Have you tried Amber Kiso, Eugene? Really nice leathery forest. I tried the No, I'm going to say no. I don't remember trying it. Amber Kiso. Alan says, I'm considering Serge Luton's La Couche de Diable for Christmas Day. What is everyone else considering for Christmas? I imagine something warm, right? Warm and sweet. Lane says, this week I've worn Bois d'Argent 12 by Jean Couturier and Egoiste and Gucci Guilty Absolute and Paco Rabanne Put Home. It's been a good week for me. Gucci Guilty Absolute, Paco Rabanne Put Home. Yeah, good. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. All right, this guy's got to go. I remember you wore the night for Christmas. Yeah, what was it my kids said? It said it smelled like halitosis or something in the room. Oh, man. Rachel, you want to come on? Or if somebody wants to come on, here's the link. We'll hang out for a bit. What's up, Wesley? Hello, Frag Hags. What are your favorite? I know Alan's going to say oud. I know Alan's is oud. Yeah, 3. Or you can go like, pick your favorite spice, pick your favorite floral, pick your favorite wood. I don't know, or your citrus. I like jasmines. Yeah, Rachel likes jasmines as well. Labdanum orris, but they will change all the time. Labdanum, good. Labdanum as well. It's very deep and dark and leathery. I'm thinking Santal Majuscule for Christmas. That's a good choice. Yes. That's an excellent choice. Nice amber. Shalimar is good for Christmas too, I imagine. I've not worn Shalimar for Christmas. Hello, Wes, hubby of mine, says Alan Hansen. Aw. Coffee, tobacco, amber. Grand Soir could work. Grand Soir, Amber Nargil. I've worn tuxedo the last 2 Christmas holidays. How did that work? I've been enjoying Ylang lately. Ylang 49 in particular. Yeah, I love Chanel's Ylang. I get that in here. The nice Ylang. I'm a fan of Ylang as well. Alan says my 3, oud, carnation, and bergamot. I like carnation as well. I love clove and carnation combo. Wesley says, hello, Rachel. Or oh, yes, Dries Van Noten for Christmas. That could work as well. Milky. I heard that this might be coming back. Frederick Mall might be bringing this back under a different name. He discontinued it when Dries Van Noten released his own line. And it'd be a shame that it was left discontinued. I think he should rename it and bring it back. The same way he renamed Une Rose Tonnerre. Chergui, elegant and reminds me of Santa Claus. Yeah. How about Hypnotic Poison for Christmas? Or Poison Girl? Vanilla Van will be my Christmas. And there's a good one for Christmas. That is definitely good. It has that clove, spicy clove. Clove always reminds me of Christmas time. Igui smells so good. It does. I think I'm going Bois de Portugal for Christmas scent. Basil Tiffany. Eugene, I wish I could, but I'm wrapping presents as I watch another. I could be wrapping presents as well, Rachel. I've got so many things to wrap. I had to buy wrapping paper, and I bought gift bags and all kinds of things. Oh boy, tomorrow's going to be wrapping day. But I'll save that for like last minute. I'm such a last minute kind of guy. When you need a fragrance to lift your spirits, what's the note you fall back on? Incense, powders. Powders. I like powders, like for meditation purposes, if that's what you mean. That's mostly what I wear lately, is powders. So, and I have them over there. For meditations, I have been wearing Te Matcha, Dior Amour, number 5. Number 5 is so soft. It's perfect for meditation or just like going inwards, like peaceful moments. I've put away like the harsher, dankier things that a perfume could disconnect you spiritually, like from a meditation. If it's too much, it could consume you, and it was just like blow your senses to smithereens, and you're like, oh boy, there goes that. So I do like softer things. I love powders, round, warm powders. Dior Amour. I also like Geranium pour Monsieur for meditation. It's so minty, eh? It's uplifting in that sense. Shalimar. For Christmas, yes. Wesley says if anyone wants an oud fragrance for Christmas, just come shop at our place. Yes. Fianagui, says Bob Perricone. Is that your Christmas Day scent? And regarding Jasmine, do you prefer indolic or not? I think it's nice to have at least like a little bit of indol. If it doesn't need to go fully blown dirty, but a little is nice. Which is the best version? I'm wearing the EDT. Maria's got my EDP and she loves it. So whatever version you can get, Lane, is going to be excellent. Ylang gives me a sore throat if it's too strong. Yeah, it does have. Ylang 49 has that big white floral vibe. I could give you like gut rot really quick if you're not used to it, or if you haven't eaten, it'll turn your stomach. White florals are like it's an acquired taste. It's almost like learning to drink coffee or learning to smoke cigarettes. Nobody loves their first cigarette, but they just go along with it until they figure it out. And florals can be like that too. I gotta admit, I do like oud, real or pretend. I think perfumers need to be creative, create a nice oud accord. Yeah. But I'm sure like the creativity pool isn't drained. There's got to be stuff that people can do. And I'm sure new accords are going to be created all the time. I think it's how the notes are used. I love lavender and rose and iris and ambers, but there are some wretched concoctions out there. Yeah. You need a subtle touch. You need somebody that knows how to handle all those materials. Otherwise, like you said, it's a waste. Superstitious should come back also. Isn't this coming back? Apparently it is coming back. Like I keep hearing that it's coming back, maybe under a different name or something. Why did he rename Un Rose? I don't know. I heard it was for the Chinese market. Right before they went into China, they renamed it. I'm not sure if there's any coincidence. I've worn Noir Peace twice for Christmas. Huge clove. It's a huge spice bomb. It really is a spicy perfume. It's got a lot of It's got that allspice accord. Clove, nutmeg, cinnamon, all that chai latte sort of spices. Hypnotic Poison has been my Christmas. I think Poison, yeah, Hypnotic Poison or Poison Girl, the EDP would be good for Christmas as well. Basil, have you ever compared Bois de Portugal with Lalique Bouron? You still go back and smell the sample test from Antoine Lee from I've done that. Yeah, I have. Not all the time, but I have them here. Like they're around. So if I run into them, sometimes I'll give them a whip. Yeah. It always brings up good memories. Soapy is uplifting for me. I'm a big fan of soap. Good morning. Happy birthday, Eugene. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas to all who celebrate. No scent of the day yet. Just woke up. Nice. Let us know if you put something on. Bois de Portugal smells very dated to my nose, in my honest opinion. What do you think? It's dated, but a classic dated. It doesn't smell modern like anything out there today. No, but I mean, it's a green perfume with moss and green citruses, lavender and dense florals. It's very classic. It's definitely a classic. Bois de Portugal. It's gorgeous. Do you have a fragrance that brings back so many great memories from the best? I don't know. It's like I don't know if I've been able to capture so many different memories with one fragrance in particular. I've been able to capture memories with so many different perfumes. One that brings up the most, it would probably be the ones that my mom would wear, which was Poison. You know, sure. Like growing up, her signature was Poison, so I've always not loved it, but loved it in the way that I loved smelling it on my mom. Not something that I'd want to. I enjoy wearing it. It's not something I'd want to wear all the time. She also wore Dolce Gabbana light blue for many years. That brings me great memories. Nora Peace brings me lots of good memories as well. I remember wearing that Christmas Day and just wearing it in particular. I haven't tried Bois de Portugal like a vintage version, but Lalique Bouron is very nice, but smells very vintage, old school, and maybe a little feminine in a way due to the powderiness. I remember reading somewhere that the renaming was regarding the China market. The perfume needed a different in order to be sold there. Yeah, I remember something along that line. I like both Indolic and Fresh. There's only really good and phenomenal jasmines. Favorite jasmine? What's your favorite jasmine? What's everyone's favorite jasmine? I'll find you the biggest jasmine that I own, and it is A La Nuit by Serge. I would imagine this is the biggest jasmine that I own. Like, this is full on. I think they call this Death by Jasmine. That is really deadly. It's so mentholated. Just like their Tuberose Criminal was very mentholated, this is mentholated in the same way. And it's honeyed. It's got like animalic honey to it. Vintage Bois de Zil has a big, thick, fleshy ylang. You opened the door to havoc, says Icons. You reminded me of Hypnotic Poison Parfum. My choice became more complex to choose. Only one for this year end. Good struggle to have. Hypnotic Poison Parfum. Do I have that? I have the Hypnotic Eau de Parfum. Hypnotic. That's not the same thing, is it? Smells very dated, but that's what I like about it. It reminds me of a dry, old, dusty, fancy library. It does have that feeling of old world, old money, old books, old clothes. I love Old Spice OG. Do you still buy Old Spice from the drugstore? Patty says Frederick Mall Dawn for the next 2 days smells identical to a cold Irish church at Christmas with the mixture of church spices and a hint of other people's perfumes. Yeah, I think Dawn is good for church and that sort of thing. It's so incensey and leathery. Dawn. I really like Dawn as well. I think Dawn is easier to wear than the night. The problem I've had with Frederick Mall is that the formulation has changed several times, but they always claim that nothing is. No, I remember Frederick talking about reformulations, and he's admitted to having to, he's been forced to reformulate perfumes. I don't remember him ever denying, but certainly the perfumes have certainly changed over the times. Absolutely. I know my Musk Ravageur is different now than when I had first smelled it. I think a lot of them have been changed. I don't know how many times they've been changed though. Like if you ask some people, it's like every 6 months. I don't think it's that often. They might have been changed once or twice. Basil, that's awesome. I love that vintage smell. Also, if you ever get to try Habit Rouge from Guerlain, it has the same aspect. Is it true that Derby might be coming back too? Heard a few mentions it might be. Will Derby be coming back? I don't know about Derby, but they're bringing back Gourmand Coquine, so I don't think they're interested in bringing back things like Derby. Derby is completely irrelevant in today's kind of market. Like you see what they're releasing, Tobacco Honey and what's the Fève Gourmand. It's too bad. It's really too bad. But I hope it's true. I'd love for it to be true. I'm continually hunting for oud perfumes with other notes and various combinations which don't exist. What do you want to see oud paired with? Like, what haven't they done oud with? What would you love to see oud mixed with? Definitely want to try Habit Rouge. I can't believe I haven't tried it yet. If you love Shalimar, you'll love Habit Rouge. Oh yeah, Vintage Bois de Zil is beautiful and full and rich. The EDP is lesser, but I love it. Derby has always been available at the Paris boutique for a jacked up price in the B bottle, though. Well, there you go. I guess the Paris boutique carries everything, and it would only be available there. The same way the Dior boutiques can still get the discontinued privés like Vetiver and what else has been discontinued? Patchouli Imperial or those sorts of things. Sendade J'adore Laura the new one. Do you like it, Rachel? I've tried this. Do you like it? That's the Francis Courdion, isn't it? Une Rose, for example, has gone through several formulations. The current scent has changed significantly compared to how it smelled upon first release. One can even say is now a different perfume. No way. I've never tried the Rose Tonnerre. Interesting. A different perfume. Un Rose was gorgeous. That was my wedding day scent. It had a big wine accord there. Really beautiful, dark rose. Really gorgeous. I want to remind myself of it. Oh man, it's so purple. It's like velvety purple rose petals. It's so pretty. And springy. It's so springy. Vintage Bois d'Azur is heaven. Still can't beat Old Spice. It's a great fragrance. It's not surprising it's been around as long as it has. Bois makes me think of those great cut suits from Heavy Fabrics in the 20s. Pure class, but manly too. Mika, what's happening, Mika? Does anyone think that Caron third man is the sibling of Bois de Portugal? I've never thought of that. But I'm a fan of both perfumes. Bois de Portugal feels much more green. But yeah, I mean, there's similarities. They both have those like scratching, biting florals, sharp woods, spices. God, these are both great. Where did I put this? Bois de Portugal. This feels more mossy. This feels much more mossier, and this feels drier. This has got the big lemon, and this has got a big citrus in the top. Like citrus. It's got a gorgeous citrus top, like so beautiful. Bergamot, citron, lemon. So fresh and bitter. There's a bitter quality to this. I don't know. I would have to examine this deeper, but these are both amazing, amazing perfumes, amazing classics. What will be the next exclusive I buy? I think. So you're not sure. Are you testing us? Are you testing yourself? What aren't you sure about? Mika's an interlude man. Hala Nui for Jasmine, says Pradeep. Rachel says Sheldrake's Ala Nui, perfection. My favorite Jasmine is Jardin Nocturne by Shalini. Yes, Eugene, says Rachel. Yes, Rachel. Fil de Joie, says Kenzo. Serge Luton's. I'm not tried that. Lalique Pour-Homme for me is too much herbal in my nose. What herbals do you get from it? What are the biting herbals that bother your nose? I would love to know. I like medicinal notes. I love medicinal clove. That's what I love. I like medicinal too sometimes. I tried one of the Pradas today. I wanted to get my niece the Prada. Is it floss or gloss? I found that very medicinal and almost like rosy cough syrup. It was nice for what it was trying to do. I prefer jasmine as garlands. It's everywhere in India and the smell is divine. Yeah, night blooming jasmine. Is Ala Nui better than any Gutal Songes? Can somebody out there tell us? Alan Hansen, do you like Western ouds too? Says Drawn by Sense. My first ever oud, don't laugh, was Pinot Silvestre Oud Absolute, and second was Bogart One Man Show. Samir says I was at. I saw Samir today. Larry retired. Larry is no longer at Maximum Fragrance. Larry retired, and he said he wanted to travel the world. So Larry, good for you. Congratulations on your retirement. If you're watching or if you ever hear. That's awesome. I was really looking forward to seeing him, but I'm glad, I was happy for him that Sam said that he's retired and he misses them and he just wants to travel and enjoy the time that he's got left. And that's awesome. But he says, talking to Sam, he says clone perfumes are taking off. People are buying tons of them. Like clones are hot. That's what he was saying. People are just buying clones. Middle Eastern clone brands. That's what's trending. Right now, I'm into Rogue Perfumery, Jasmine Antique, and A la Nuit, says Lynn. My daughter bought me a new bottle and the Jasmine and Chanel 5. Sometimes I can't get beyond the Jasmine. You don't like the Jasmine in 5? Interesting. I love the floral accord in 5. Jasmine, ylang, rose. It's so beautiful. It's breathtaking. It's so beautiful. 5 is so heartbreakingly beautiful. Powder, sandalwood. I actually put on a vintage number. I had a little bit of vintage number 5 today. Earlier. That's what I had on. Let me see if I can find my bottle. Songes has a solar thing, while A la Nuit is more night jasmine. And the Le Labo Myrrh is jasmine heavy at the beginning. Did you like it, Lynn? Is anyone coming on? What's going on? Nobody wants to come on stream. Everybody in their robes, in bed. I'm going to drop the link one more time if somebody wants to come on. If not, that's fine too. We'll just keep going like this. Frederick Mall has openly said he's frustrated that he's wasting time in reformulating than creating new stuff. He can be doing both. Like he's just barking out orders. He's just telling people what to do. But I'm glad that he's not pumping out like 4 perfumes every year. That means a lot as a fan of his brand and a consumer. I don't want to be. Actually, I would be. If he released 4 perfumes a year, I would probably buy them all. But I much prefer he take his time and put out things that are meaningful. And I don't know what's going on reformulations, but I'm glad that I have the things and I don't need to pick up the new stuff. So that's not my problem. That's all I can say. Things are always going to be reformulated. It's part of the process, man. The longer we go, the more things change. That's just physics, man. That's like reality. Personally, I think A la Nuit is better. It's more elegant. While I love Songe, Songe is more easy, if that makes sense. Yeah. Do you ever find A la Nuit too much, Rachel? Or do you ever find Serge Lutens perfumes too much? Like, yeah, they're beautiful and artistic and creative, but do you ever find like that wearing them is way more than you need? I've heard people say that. I've heard, I know Serge has got a huge cultish, iconic following, but I've heard even from like dire fume heads, like passionate fume heads that say, they love Serge, but sometimes it's just too much for them. It's too creative. Samsara EDT is a nice jasmine sandalwood. Yeah, it is. Egoist for a holiday. I wore the Samsara Pure Parfum that Anuj sent last week, and it is so gorgeous. And I just put on 2 drops. Like I grabbed a Q-tip and I put a little drop on my I dabbed each end in and I put little drops on my chest. And coming in and out of my room, I was like, oh my God. And it lasted in here for hours and hours and hours. And going outside in the cold, it would just completely, fill the air outside. Fève Delicieuse. What about Fav, Rachel? For Christmas? Zambo Man saying, just tuning out. What's happening? Hello from Los Angeles. Sent to the evening. Testing Idil Oud from Meisenser. Alberto Gorillas. It's not my taste. I've not tried any of the Meisensers. I would love to. I wonder what they're like. Would you say they're at least as good as the Gucci's that he did? Better? Not as good? Can't stand Gourmand Ouds. Oud caramel. Everything is caramel these days. Caramel, cotton candy, Windex. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Everybody smells so damn sweet. What happened to the green woods, the spices, the florals, the powders? Actually, there's lots of powders, but they're all like in sweet forms. Going to the gym, I'm smelling a lot of sweet stuff. I will try Bois de Portugal the next time I travel the city and get to a Creed counter compared to Lake Brom. What do you ask? Ooh, Alan Henson says, I'd love Mathilde Laurent to do an oud incarnation. Yeah, that would be wild. I love Mathilde Laurent's work. I'm a big fan of her perfumes. Can you imagine that she ended up at Guerlain instead of Thierry Vasset? Because she did end up doing some work for Guerlain. She did Pamplemousse, I believe. Oh, Fève Gourmand. Yeah, that... Fève Delicieuse. No, yeah, I'm not sure what Rich will say. Fève Delicieuse, Fève Gourmand. Fève Gourmand is... Fève Gourmand does sound like a Dior. Cartier Ouds are brilliant. I'm a big fan of the Ouds as well. Eugene, you'll have to let us know if you ever get forced to reformulate. Might be lots of urgent backup, but I will let you guys know ASAP. But you don't have to worry about that happening anytime soon. Does the Paris boutique carry... God, this is so damn powdery, and I love it. Powders. Look at that dent. Look at this dent. And I've had this for... I remember I got this for Christmas, right around Christmas time. 3 years ago. 4 years ago, maybe. That's a long time. And I usually wear this at night, like around bedtime after my shower. Bois de Portugal reminded me of Azoto Put Home for a Second. Modern formulations. You know what I tried today? I revisited was Boss Number 1. And it was one of my very first colognes that my mom bought me. Boss Number 1. It is such a hard fragrance. And compared to the things that kids are wearing today, I can't believe like that was my first perfume. Boss Number 1. It's so masculine and spicy and cutting and abrasive, you know? It's just so funny to think that a kid was like, I was wearing Boss Number 1 and looking around at like what kids are wearing today. It's like K by Dolce Gabbana and I don't know, all kinds of funny things. J'adore Laura, the new one is so pared down and precise. I personally prefer the original, but I can see how the clarity of this version is attractive. I like the original J'adore as well. Do you remember we had Antoine on here and somebody asked him what perfume does he hate the most? And he picked the J'adore. He does not like J'adore. Eugene, which version of Un Rose you got there? What version? Okay, so this one says 72% volume. Here, I'll show you the back. If that helps. I wonder if Portrait of a Lady has changed much. I feel like it has. I feel like it has. Agreed. I love all 10. Are they at 10 already? 10 oods in that private line? That's insane. Do you have any idea what's going to come next? And I wonder how they picked that. Do you own any M-Wash? I do. I've got Jubilation Man. I have Lyric Man. I have Epic Man. I have Sunshine Man. I have Dia Woman. What else do I have? I have Journeyman. I have Journeyman. April says go to Persley. He's probably got every single one from the house. Yeah, he would. Yeah, I imagine he does. Yeah, Ramsey's got a ton of Amouage too. Ramsey's like a dire Amouage collector. I think he collects everything that they put out. I love the jasmine in the 5. It's all I can smell, that jasmine. It's a beautiful floral accord. Lynn says, I love Chanel 5. It's my favorite since I was 5 many years ago. Did girls always wear it like growing up? You're like, as you were growing up, what did the girls wear? Were you wearing 5 alone? Did your friends wear 5? Lane says, I sure did love your videos with Sam and Larry. That was so great. I really enjoyed that. Watched them many times get through the long night shifts. Yeah. Yeah, we should make some more videos. I asked Anuj to meet up during the holidays. Maybe we can make some videos. I'm going to have a week off. I have the entire week off next week, so there's going to be lots of time. I'll have the boys a couple of days, several days, but I'll have some days off on my own, so there'll be time to do things. I purchased a bottle of Egoist from the duty-free store at the airport and smelled one at Nordstrom, and they were completely different scents. Like, they didn't even smell this similar. Oh, there's Platinum Egoist. Which one did you smell? There's regular Egoist and Platinum with the silver cap. There's a black cap and the silver cap. What concentration of number 5 is your favorite, Lynn? Mine is the Eau de Toilette. But I love this as well. But I wouldn't even call. I wouldn't really call this a concentrate. But I would, like, because it exists. It is the body oil. You know, it is a concentration. The body oil concentration. I really like this. But this was limited, and I think it's exclusive, and it comes out every so often. So you really got to keep your eyes open. There was a time it wasn't available always. It might be now. I guess people are starting to clones more and more as prices of original perfumes continue. Yeah, I was so surprised to see like middle of the range designer fragrances were going, like, they were reaching upwards of $200. I was like, what happened to $88 like designer fragrances? He's like, prices are soaring even like in the discount world. Surge is not too much for me. Rachel says, interesting question, Eugene. I tend to underspray, not spray as much. I'm an oversprayer, I would say. I think at 6 to 8 sprays, I'm an oversprayer. And no problem wearing any of his frags all day. Sheldrake's recent best work is non-surge creation, Rauk, and it's bizarre. I don't know this, Pradeep. What is this? Rachel, what is this? Bought a whole bottle. I like Bizarre from time to time. How often do you wear Bizarre, though? That's what I want to know. Yeah. Lynn wants to know, what is rake? How do you say this? Rake? Roke? Like I'm seeing it and it's right at the tip of my tongue, but I find dry vanillas and dry embers to be monumentally more interesting than sweet. What about both? Like, I think it's the contrast that brings the interest. Like, if every component is dry and there's no contrast to it, you need kind of, you need both. You need a little of everything: dry, wet, sweet, bitter. You know, you need all kinds of things to get those, like, one to flow this way, one to flow that way, and you got these different energies vibrating off of each other, and that's where the interest comes from. Lots of industry people swooning over it. Roke is Sheldrake's latest limited edition release. Google it and you'll find it easily. Real art fragrance. Okay, I'm gonna check this out. Stop it. I just entered the other dimension. Roberto Greco, is that what it is? I think I saw somebody was talking about this in one of the streams the other day. Interesting. Amber, floral, balsamic, woody, fruity, leather, green, aromatic, earthy, swarms. Wow, interesting. I like all of those accords. Cassia and violet leaf. Middle notes are myrrh, osmanthus, mushroom. Is this the magic? Is this what makes the magic? This is what makes the perfume magic, is the mushroom? Narcissus, acacia, leather, amber rome. What is amber rome? Is that an amber wood? And pine tar. Damn, the French word for horse. Roque is the French word for horse, but it's not horse like a galloping horse. Horse like a horsey cough sort of spelling. Because like a somnolent voice, I answered with voice. Wow. That's a very interesting description. Christopher Sheldrake. I've not heard of this brand ever. And there are, JJ left a review. JJ left a review. JJ's review is at the top here. I've not heard of this. Rachel, thanks for bringing it to my attention. I'm going to check it out. When I spray jasmine, others look at me a bit feminine. Don't you care? Do I care? Don't you care? No, why would anybody care? If it smells feminine to somebody else, that's their problem. Let them live with it. Why is it your problem? Is if you enjoy it, it can smell like whatever to somebody else. Don't let people affect your decision in wearing the things that you love. Don't ever, 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 ever let that happen. Just wear, if as long as you're not offending somebody or wearing too much, or as long as it's not out of your control, but just wear what you love. Don't worry about what somebody else is going to think. Maybe she should come instead of Delphine at Guerlain. She did well. Don't get me wrong, but Thierry, he's the one who took over and gave us some nice Guerlain nights. It is what it is, right? It would have been nice if she was there, though. I should wear number 5 EDT for Christmas this year, especially since it's going to be a warm one. I love how soapy the dry down comes out. I like the dry down, too. The dry down reminds me of, boy, and 22 and Bois de Zil. They all kind of have that soapy, waxy chenillade. So waxy. Gray Flannel was my first frag. Interesting. How did you get it? Did somebody buy it for you? That's a big perfume too for a young person. I thought, what's up, Daniel? I always thought Memoir was underrated, overlooked. I like Memoir. I'm a fan of Memoir. Even though it's really wispy and so effervescent and lightweight and it's so ghostly, it literally disappears for months before coming back, you know? But I like the tea note. I like the incense in Memoir. Oh, you're talking about Gucci's Memoir? I always thought Memoir was. Which Memoir are you talking about? You're not talking about Amouage, are you? Or are you talking about Gucci? Memoir d'un Adore or Memoir Men? What's the Amouage? Is it Memoir Men? I think Master is talking about Amouage. Got a bottle of Overture maybe last year, and I think it's amazing. Big hairy beast. Cartier hasn't done an oud in patchouli or an oud in leather yet. I imagine there's lots of patchouli in those ouds as it is. Do you think a younger man can pull off gray flannel? I think a confident man can pull off anything. Doesn't matter if it's gray flannel or number 5, aldehydes, rose, leather, castoreum. Confident person can pull off any perfume for any sex, any floral, any spice, any genre, any age. Doesn't matter. I believe the Un Rose you've got is the second version. It's definitely not the first because it's not the matte cap. It doesn't have the stamped lettering. The first version has a matte cap. Yeah, my third version says 70% volume on the label. 70. This one says 72. Rachel says, Lane, yes, lots of young men at our country club wear it. Gray flannel. My grandma wore Chanel number 5. I started wearing it at 37. I got my mom a bottle of number 5 and she wears it. And somebody stole it from her luggage the last time she traveled. She says it disappeared, like she put it in her luggage and when she got home, it just wasn't there. She thinks somebody took it out of her luggage. Maybe she threw it away. Who knows? Maybe she didn't really like it and chucked it in the garbage can. Who knows? Thoughts on Miss Dior EDT original Gabon Jasmine Patchouli? Saw at the Dior counter the other day. Yeah, it's all the old classics are great. I just had one here. I tidied up before this stream. But I love this Diorella. This classic. So spicy. It's like those biting aromatic spices. Jiki has this as well. These old spices. So balsamic. Piney. Gray flannel, polo green, safari. Anyone can wear them. They are immortal, says Rachel. I agree. All those big coniferous green, classic masculine fragrances. That's what the Spartans would have worn. Regular Egoist and the black bottle smell different. I don't know what to tell you. It was reformulated and the new one's a little bit lighter, but they should smell relatively similar. I mean, it's not like one smells like vanilla and the other smells like concrete, you know? They both smell like, it might smell like a lighter version of the Egoist. Oh, yeah, mine's right here in front of me. There you go, Egoist. And I've got the reformulated as well. I love the reformulated version, which is lighter. And you can breathe in the reformulated version. This one takes over your breath. It takes over your aura. It becomes your aura. You fall in this trap of Ego East. And then you have, like, you fall under its spell and you got to do everything it asks of you. The modern is much more wearable. Alan says, when I was a junior high, I bought my dad a bottle of gray flannel, but then I wore most of the bottle. There you go. That's a big fragrance in high school. For high school, that's a big fragrance. It's just like Fahrenheit. Alan, that's awesome. Tom Ford's approaching the price point of Roja. Absolutely ridiculous. I have noticed a lot of perfumes of heading that way. Tom Ford. I have noticed. And now they're offering 30 ml bottles at lower price points. That's not okay. The site can't be reached. I want to see what the retail is. I think the last I saw was like $3.30 for 50 ml. Why isn't my internet working? $385 for 50 ml. Damn. Retail. I'm sure you can find them discontinued. $385. That's what they are. $385. Damn, the first time I bought a Tom Ford, I think I paid $220 for it. Now they're $385. Fuck's sakes. $400 for 50 ml of perfume. $220. They've gone up quite a bit. I wear Bizarre any day, says Rachel. Me too. I'll wear Bizarre any day. Rachel, I'll give my son Bray flannel. Gray flannel. I forgot about it for young men, and my son wants some perfume. He keeps talking about Azzaro, which I know nothing about. Azzaro is also like an old classic in that Fougere theme. I have Azzaro. But I don't have an old one. Again, like a very soapy floral, like a classic masculine floral. A very green and leathery, spicy. There's got to be some castoreum in here as well. It's so biting, like those green aromatic spices. This is like classic perfume. Roke. It's pronounced Roke, rhymes with bloke. All right. Thanks for the lesson. Rachel is the teacher. In French, it means when you have a hoarse voice. Yeah, that's kind of what I got from it. They got really interesting packaging here. Roke, Robert Greco. How old is this brand? I'm going to have a quick look at Robert Greco here. So it's a French brand. They've got 3 perfumes released. One came out in 2017. I'm not even going to pronounce this. One came out in 2020 and Roke in 2023. All the bottles are very different. All the packagings are very different. Interesting. So interesting. I like vanilla. Vanilla, I'm a big fan of vanilla. But not the sweet vanilla. I do like drier vanilla. Ambery, more ambery vanilla. Smoky vanilla. Azzaro's nice too. Lynn says Roke is intriguing. I'm eager to smell it. I think Lucky Scent has. So everybody's onto this Roke thing. All right, we got to try Roke. Let me I'm going to write this down. Into my diary it goes, okay? If I write in something in the diary, it's serious business. Because once it goes into the diary, everything that goes into these diaries, they come true, okay? Everything that I write in these diaries, they always come true. So Roque is going to come to life. We're going to get a sample of Roque and see what all the fuss is about. Audrey Jane is here. What's happening, Audrey? How's the little one doing? It's good to see you, and Merry Christmas and happy weekend. Yeah, Christmas is what, on a Monday? That's cool. That's really good. I like that. Have the weekend off and a couple of days during the week. I actually got the whole week off, which is awesome. Everybody's saying hello to Audrey. Must be exciting in Audrey's house this time of year with Christmas and the little one and just, you know, sharing the joy of the festivities. Tootie Twilly to Hermes is a rotten lychee accord, and it's fun to wear as a guy. I like the Twillies. I don't have all of them. I only have the original, but I like them. I think it's a nice little line. Maybe I should have got my niece's Twilly. Diorella Classic Diarissimo is my favorite of the checkered bottles. Do you remember there was an ad with David Bowie and in the picture was a bottle of, it was one of these. I can't remember which one. Rachel, do you remember which one it was? This is an old iconic picture of Bowie. What was it, Ziggy Stardust, Thin White Duke? I can't remember which character he was in. It was probably Ziggy. But he had there was a picture of the checkered, the Dior bottle. Alan says, speaking of classics, I've just fixed myself a mug of hot buttered rum. You're all invited. All right, we'll bring the chestnuts. We'll roast chestnuts and get hammered. And we'll violate your ouds. I do like green Polo. I am also a fan of pine fragrances. Polo is great. Anyone have insight on vanilla sex? Lily, we were hoping that you were going to inform us on all the vanilla we needed to know. And we're going to leave that to you. I haven't smelt vanilla sex yet. And that's I passed by a Tom Ford counter today. I didn't even think to go by and smell vanilla sex. Egoist is a perfect name for a pool thing that takes over one's aura. I wish I could find my father's bottle of Polo Green. He had a big bottle when I was very young, and I don't think he even hardly ever used it. My father never wore fragrance. Except for High Karate. That's the only thing I ever smelled on him was after a shave. He would use High Karate and those maybe in the Aqua Velva or something, but he never ever used any fragrance. Tom Ford reformulations are abysmal. I like the 30 ml option. Yeah, some people do. I paid $210 for the first 50 ml Tom Ford I purchased. What was the first Tom Ford you purchased? Mine was Tobacco Vanille. Tobacco Vanille. I got Noir de Noir, Tuscan Leather. I only have 5 of them. Tuscan Leather, Tobacco Oud. Tobacco Oud was probably the last one I bought. I have 5 of the private blends. Oh, maybe 4. I got 4. I got 4, unless one is hiding somewhere. Yeah, Tobacco Vanille was the first one I bought. Then Tuscan Leather, then Noir de Noir, and then Tobacco Oud. And I've got a bunch of the signatures. I've got Ombre Leather. Any fans of Ombre Leather? That's a big, heavy leather perfume. I do prefer Tuscan leather, which is even heavier, ironically. Sahara Noir. This is a good incense perfume. Rachel was talking about incense, olibanums, and incense earlier. Myrrhs. Black Orchid. I don't wear this much. This is like a numbing white floral and noir. Nice powdery perfume, like rosy, powdered rose. There's a lot of talk saying that like this, when this was released, it was like Tom Ford doing Habit Rouge. Do you guys remember that? They're like, Tom Ford's trying to do Habit Rouge. I'm like, is it Habit Rouge? I don't know. I don't really see that. Like, what makes it Habit Rouge? Just because they're both powdery? Like, that's the connection, is powder. I don't know. I wish I could come home early and have some hot buttered rum. Tonight at work is like, man, I wish I brought my flask. Yeah, can you step out for, for something? Are you locked in? I remember picking up a bottle of Tom Ford Noir 30 ml from TK Maxx for 30 pounds a few years ago. That sounds like a steal. Set up base in France, Eugene maybe in Annecy next to Remy and Valerie. Yeah, you never know, man. Who knows? Who knows what the futures hold? It's not in the plans right now. I've got so many plans, but you never know. I was just messaging with Remy earlier this morning. I think you might like Porter Sapo a lot, maybe more than Roque. What's that, Fosco? Good seeing you anyway. Porter Sapo. What is that? Fosco. Rachel. Porter Sapo, so great. Rachel knows all the perfumes. Rachel, how do you know all the perfumes? How did you learn so much of perfumes in such a short time? I guess testing wines has helped develop your nose, your palate to what it is now. I really like the Twilly line. I give them to Wes. I like the Twilly line too. How far back am I in the comments? It's exciting to celebrate Christmas with my 6-month-old, although the little terror woke me up at 4 a.m. It's all worth it. It's all worth it. I can't even imagine. Like, you get to hold a 6-month-old, that's amazing. Just that feeling alone is to be with that new life, and that's it's an amazing feeling. It's an amazing feeling, and all the little hardships are totally worth it. Getting up to get milk, or even if you have to go to the store in the middle of the night to get diapers, it's all worth it. They're like little blessings, little bundles of joy. Hermes Bellamy Vetter, best flanker ever. Everything you write in your diary comes true, Eugene. Please write, drawn by sense will win the lottery in January. I will. I'll write that. If that's the vibe you want to put out there, I've got, I hope you win the lottery, man. I'm all for it. What month? Give us the month. We got to be very specific when we're manifesting. How's February? Okay, start playing in February. We're going to pick February 02. 02. There you go. All right, we put that out there for you. Good luck. Remember us when you win. Roasting chestnuts, yes. For what Tom Ford is charging nowadays is simply, yeah, I feel that way too. But there's a few that I wouldn't mind them bringing back in the signature. I'm glad they brought back the Oud Mineral, and I know it's probably too late because Plum Japonais was discontinued so long. I think it would be great if they brought Plum Japonais back in these, like in the signature bottles. There's probably a couple others that I wouldn't mind seeing, but I'd have to go through the list. Oh, Alan Hensis is I want to smell this. The perfume that Iman had created for her late husband David Bowie, Love Memoir, is terrific for designer frags. I'd love to smell this. What's it like? Is it like a celebrity fragrance? And does it have David Bowie on the name at all? Love Memoir. Let me check this out. Has anyone tried Beyonce's new fragrance? Say Noir? Say Noir, I think it's called. What's Say Noir like? Love Memoir. Oh. Interesting. Looks like a big bar of soap or something, the packaging. It's very soapy and round, like a big balsam resin. Rachel's saying she wants to try. Ombre leather is good, but Tuscan leather is much better. Yeah, I like the butchness, the raspiness of the Tuscan leather. But the ombre is still raspy. Curious about the new Oud Monroe. Rachel's husband wears Tuscan leather. April says, speaking of Abbey Rouge, I wish they had continued the dress code annual release. I imagine it wasn't doing so well. They went, 4 years, 5 years? I didn't end up getting what was the last bottle? It was, what was the last design they had? I got the first 4. It was camouflage, I believe. The pattern was camouflage. I don't think I got the camouflage. I love the saffron vibe with leather that's going. I got a big ashtray in Tuscan leather. A big growling ashtray in leather Aston Martin leather. Sam, welcome. Cannot believe I'm seeing you live, Eugene. 8 hours time difference. Has been a while. Love you. Love you right back. Thanks for being here and from wherever you are. Happy holidays. I hope you're enjoying your day. My father also never wore frags. I gave him my Azaro Purom. The doctor complimented him. That confused him. He didn't know what to say. Yeah. I imagine my dad would do the same would happen. My dad's a really interesting guy. He's he's interesting that way. Oud Mineral is underrated. I'm anxious to smell the signature version. I'm sure it's going to be very much similar. The signature bottles smell very much like the private lines to me. Like I have the Beau de Jour as well. That's what I have. I love Beau de Jour, but sometimes I find it too much. Sometimes as much as I love it, it's a little. Oh, I'm super sore. Beau de Jour has a lot of reference to those classic fougères we were talking about earlier. Like it has those scratchy elements to it. Like again, those cutting, abrasive spices, the rosemary. It's very oily in here, very concentrated. It's cutting and sharp, leathery, butch, mossy. There's so much going on here. Very mossy. Rachel strikes me as an intensely passionate person. She goes all in here. And look where she is at this hour of the night, at 2:00 in the morning. Yes, she's absolutely passionate. Everybody here has got to be passionate. We have 48 people on a perfume live stream on Christmas Eve on the Saturday night, Sunday morning. Guys, like the stream if you're here. Like the stream if you haven't. Ah. Who's all here? Say hello. Come out and say hello. Let us know you're here. I don't think they're ruined yet. I think Tom Ford is doing exactly Tom Ford, what they've always done, you know? Let them be Tom Ford. We need Tom Ford too, right? To appreciate Guerlain and Chanel. We need brands like Tom Ford. You're very welcome. I really do hope that you win. Eugene is going to become our genie. We tell him our wish. He writes in his diary, wish materials. That's how it works. You got to tell whatever you want. You got to say it to the world. You got to tell the world. The bigger your dreams, the bigger your wishes, the more bold it is, the more you have to say it to the world. The louder you have to say it for it to materialize. The more bold your dream is, the bigger your dream is, the bolder your dream is, the louder you have to speak it into existence to as many people that hear you. So we're all wishing Drawn by Sons good luck. They should bring back Tom Ford Tobacco Oud. Yeah, Tobacco Oud should come back in the signature. That would be awesome as well. I agree. Tobacco Oud, Plum Japonais. I'd love to see those. Beyonce Frags is lots of honey. I smelt Marc Jacobs honey today. Does anybody like that? Honey. I bought for my nieces, I got Idole. It was called Lancome Idole. And Dylan Blue turquoise something. That's what I got. I mean, they're young girls, so I didn't want to get them something too nichey. And I wanted something pretty, mainstream and sweet and likable. So that's what they got. Last year I got one of them Prada Candy. I think the other one got Jean-Paul Gaultier Scandal. God, I can't remember. I bought so many perfumes as gifts. I can't even remember what I buy them anymore. Designer side of things is really frustrating. Tooth rotting candy like Le Male Elixir being called best of the year. Best sellers. Meanwhile, it's been done a million times, right? Le Male Elixir. Like Le Male came out in 95 and they're still dropping flankers. What does that tell you, man? How different are they? Sam says, send a Nautica Voyage. Since after a workout, I've been watching you since my disdain for the Lavo video. Yeah, a lot of people found me in that video, and a lot of people had disdain for me in that video. Yeah, that's okay. It's all good. Thanks for being here, man. I'm quite keen on ombre leather. Yeah, it's a good leather perfume. It amazes me how they can create such a photorealistic. That's art, Lane. That's what artists do. Is that. I remember Jean-Claude Elena saying he wanted to recreate the sensation of burning spice in, was it Poivre de Samarcande? In one of his peppery Hermescence. It wasn't Poivre, was it? It was something else. Somebody remind me. It was Paprika Brazil. I think it was Paprika Brazil. He said he tried to recreate the burning sensation on the tip of the tongue. Maybe it wasn't Paprika Brazil. Maybe it was something else. Remind me. It was one of those two. It was one of those two. I'm an addict. Dior addict. Rachel, are you an addict girl? Dior addict? How about Lynn? Are you an addict girl? Just like the stream. Thanks for the reminder. Yeah, like the stream if you're here. Sam says my biggest dream is to see Krista with Eugene again. You never know, man. You never know what the future holds. It's very possible. It's not impossible. I'm sure it could be very easily happen. Dylan Blue is great. Beautiful clover note. For the women. For the women. Oh, Amber Absolute. Yeah. That's great. That is great. I have a small decan at work that sometimes I'll rub onto my wrists at the end of the workday if my perfume is worn. Yeah, I love that. Amber Absolute is great. I'd love for that to come back in the signature. That was one of do you guys remember Brooklyn Fragrance Lover? That was one of his perfumes. That's one that he's hyped over the years. Amber Absolute, one of his absolute favorites. What's something that I've hyped for you guys? What's something that you guys will remember me for? Something that I've hyped and you've remembered me by it. I don't know if there's anything one specific, but I remember with him it was Amber Absolute. Like when I think rich, I think Balenciaga Pour You know, that's the fragrance that comes to my mind. My daughter loved. I was thinking of getting Flower Bomb too, but Samir's like, I might be too heavy for the young girls. My daughter loved Flower Bomb when she was about 17. I like Flower Bomb. I like Flower Bomb. I wish I could find a photorealistic sweet honeysuckle like what grows here on the countryside where I live. I haven't found one yet and have bought and tried many. Honeysuckle. Fahrenheit comes to mind. Fahrenheit comes to mind. Stuart, maybe. Hello, everyone. I've been let out from Rich Mitch's channel. What do you mean let out? Rich let you out of the cage, or what's going on? Was Rich live? No, it's middle of the night for Rich. Rich, don't tell me Rich is live. I would have known by now. Let me see what's going on here. No, Rich is not live. Joey Cannoli is live. I see Joey Cannoli is live. Shoutouts to Cannoli. Tom Ford be pushing the private blend for 1000s. It's only a matter of time, Pradeep. Do you think what in 5 years? Do you think in 5 years it'll crack $1,000? A 50 ml private blend. I will always remember Eugene for Chanel. La Leon is a great amber fragrance. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna take a little break. It's 2 hours. Give me a little bit of a break, and I'll be right back. Somebody wants to come on. I'll hang out. It's still early for me. I'll probably be up till like 6 a.m. But I need a little bit of medicine. You know what I'm talking about. I need a little something because the edge is starting to the edge is starting to bite through. Give me a minute. Give me a couple minutes. I'll be right back. You guys get comfortable. Go to the bathroom. Make yourself a drink. Go get your favorite pillow or some snacks. I'm probably going to put on some warm socks, and I'll be right back. Okay. Oh, and like the stream if you're here. Like the stream. Like the stream. I'm back. What's happening? Somebody had just purchased a bottle of Descendre and Belhomme. And if you're here watching, thank you very much for your support at 1:22 a.m. I just seen it right now. We'll get those out for you tomorrow. Actually, let me see something. There's another one before it. And Belhomme going to New York, and Descendre and Belhomme going to Ottawa, Ontario. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much, guys. If you're here, thank you. Le Lion is a great amber fragrance. It is. Rachel, me too. Too many books, records. I love China. Too many teacups and a small house. What's going on here? Bella Speedo is what I'll remember you for, Eugene. And anything Chanel is you. Yeah, I guess that would be a good one. I would remember myself by Bella Speedo as well. Cool Water is the most legit. Most legit for what? I can see, like, could you guys see James Dean wearing Cool Water and like his sailor striped shirt? What would James Dean in this sailor striped shirt be wearing? It wouldn't be something aquatic, would it? Like Aqua de Jo or Nautica Voyage. What would it be? It would be like Cristal Overt or something like that's what James Dean would wear. Chanel Privy line is what I was introduced to more by you. Yeah, I guess I've talked a lot about the exclusives as well. I loved Your Addict. That's a Thierry Vasset, eh? And yeah, so much vanilla. It's like, I wonder if Wasser was manifesting a job with Guerlain, because Addict, the one that he's done, it's so Guerlain, you know? It's so vanilla. It's like a ghost of Shalimar. That's what I see when I wear Addict. Don't wear it much, but when I smell it on others, yummy and cozy. That's a big jasmine, Lynn. Addict is a huge jasmine, big vanillic jasmine. Another good jasmine is Dolce & Gabbana Red. That is a good jasmine. Where are you, Red? This is a gorgeous floral. Dolce & Gabbana. And it has the notes on the back. But it's really small. Petit Grain. Tangerine. Oh, man. Freesia. Rose, Jasmine, Orange Blossom, Carnation, Lily of the Valley, Coriander. Coriander is a great spice. Sandalwood, Vanilla, Tonka Bean, and Musks. But there's more that I can't see. My eyes can't see here. Basil. Aldehydes. Tangerine. Bigarad. Petit Grain. Ivy. Damn, I don't think I've ever seen Ivy listed on a perfume. That's really interesting. But jasmine. Big jasmine. Big floral aldehydic balm. Chanel Cuir de Russie is something you talked about a lot. Yeah, I reviewed that with Crystal on his channel, Cuir de Russie. Eugene equals Chanel. Lynn, that's awesome. I've always wanted to collect China, but I think my husband would break them. He's a bit clumsy. Yeah, me and China wouldn't go either. I'd be like a bull in the China shop, I feel. Pradeep says Cuir d'Ange. Sam, Habit Rouge. When I wear it, I always remember Eugene. Why is that, though? When I went to China, that was the only perfume I took with me with a bunch of samples. I remember making videos on the street and thinking, I never thought about it back then, but like in hindsight, I'm like, I wonder if I could have gotten in trouble for that. Are you allowed to make videos? Because they're really restrictive of their social media. I associate Eugene with those Guerlain X traits. Eugene for me is Guerlain. Yeah, I mean, Chanel was my first love before Guerlain, and then when I met Guerlain, that was an instant love, like immediate, heart throbbing. It's like love at first sight, you know? You know, when you just know. I'll remember Shalimar smelling one of the Shalimars the first time, going, "Oh my God, what is this?" It must be similar to tasting chocolate for the first time, smelling Shalimar. You know, in the bait, like when you have a newborn and all you do is feed it pure, like pure natural food, and then the first time you give it sugar and its eyes just go bling. You know, the first time a baby tastes like, let's say, Coca-Cola or ice cream or chocolate, you can see that. You know, it's that tick in the eyes, you know, when the eyes wake up. That's what Shalimar was like, smelling Shalimar the first time. Like, wow, this is like reading poetry, you know? Brute is another really good fragrance. Stuart says it's 7 a.m. here in Blighty, so don't have a scent of the day yet, but thinking of Fate Man. Do you guys all go to sleep with perfume? I usually wear perfume before I go to bed. Oh, wow, Eugene, you're a real night owl. I am, Lynn. I am. I love hanging out with the mysteries of the night. The creatures, all the creatures are lurking. Rachel, my husband threw out many of my ancient teacups behind my back. That was our second year of marriage and 25 years ago. Tell me about detachment. Oh, man. How did that feel, Lynn? Do you want to talk about this? Lynn, come on stream and tell us about this. Lilion is my favorite these days. It makes me feel like a billionaire. Lilion does have that effect. It's another dry and raspy one, but so beautiful, so beautifully blended and balanced. Tom Ford already has the likes of Amber Absolute in the reserve collection of private for jacked up price. In the reserve collection. What is the reserve collection? I adore Les Exclusives. Me too, Aperol. Me too. I love Les Exclusives more than any other private blend, like private line. More than any line, like designer exclusive, niche, indie. It's just everything. It's absolute everything. I love Le Lion. It's one of my favorite amber fragrances. The Les Exclusive Chanel are top-notch stuff. They are for a... Is this live? It is now, but if you watch it later, it's not. I mean, for a designer brand, right? They're still making excellent perfumes. I'm an audiophile and music collector. My parents threw out a box of my absolutely new and mint condition glass jazz records by the likes of Sarah Vaughan and Billie Holiday. When I was 16, I cried. I imagine you would. I like how Le Lion is top heavy, but deep down it's so soft, it's masterfully done. What about the patchouli in Le Lion? Nobody ever talks about the patchouli. But do we have to mention patchouli every time? We should. Patchouli deserves to be seen, right? Let's not forget about the patchouli. Let's talk about the patchouli in Le Lion. I think I need to put on some Le Lion. You guys have all inspired me. Le Lion it is. It's cutting, eh? There's something so samurai sword about Le Lion. It's so cutting. It's like, you ever see the samurai guy that he comes and he chops through like 6 pieces of coconuts or something. That's how cutting this is. Oof. Big amber resin and orange. It feels like it's like a huge orange blossom and an amber resin smoky right on the top. But it's so sharp. It's like this. It comes to a point, and then you start to feel the softness underneath. Like the powdery, medicinal patchouli, smoke, incense. I associate a lot of orange to this, a lot of color, but I also associate Shalimar with orange as well. I feel like it's an orange blossom. Cedar? I don't know. Similarities between Fahrenheit and Le Lion? Not really. What would James Dean wear? I can see him wearing like Third Man or Bois de Portugal or Zaro Pearl. All those classics that we were talking about. I can see James wearing those. Or like Marlon Brando, those types. Yeah, gray flannel too. I can see them wearing gray flannel. Gray flannel's horsey. You know, we were talking about horsey earlier. Gray flannel has that feeling of a scratchy, horsey cough. It's so raspy. But so does this. This is quite horsey as well. Azaro Pearl. Hermes does horsey good. Horsey perfumes. Mitsuko's horsey. Mitsuko's got that galloping hooves in it. Dude, I really want Eugene to talk about Byron Mula Mula or Zerjov La Capitale. It could go one of two ways. What's happening, Rob? The Royal Crown of Jasmine Oud is jaw-dropping and photorealistic, although I don't own those. No, Red Door's got to go, Floral. Red Door is no more. This is red, right? I know what you're talking about. I know what you mean by Red Door. I know what you mean. This is red. But I know what the Red Door reference is. It's really good. It's a grand floral. It's really good in that way. Kind of like poison. It's sweet as well. I imagine there's a beautiful sandalwood in here. And powdery, lipsticky, civet. There's a touch of that civet, yellow florals. What's up, Rizzard? Good to see you, my friend. What's up, Eugene? Hello, chat. Happy Christmas to all of you. Merry Christmas to you, too. I hope you're having a great holiday. This is so good. Rachel. Or Lynn. I remember that fabulous look on my daughter's face when she tried ice cream, pure joy. I remember all of my kids, like, the first couple of times, and you just want to give them a bit. And then when they get it, like when you put a little bit of ice cream in their mouth, they grab the whole spoon out of your hand, right? And if they don't get it, they go absolutely bonkers. It's such... It's so precise too. Like every kid reacts the same way. They always want more. I always wear perfume to bed. I always wear perfume to bed. Same. I don't. I'm not ever without perfume, and they don't all smell great. Thank goodness. I love you. You'd be the sexiest bad Santa. Where's the hat? 'Tis the season. It's here somewhere. I think it's in the other room. Where's the hat? I have the hat here somewhere. Germ says, "Yo, Eugene had Bellum on my hands and my work gloves, and it was perfect. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you too, bud. Hope you're having a great Christmas." James Dean could have worn Aramis too. Arami. I'm not a fan of Aramis. It's too heavy for me, too horsey, too leathery, too synthetic, too jarring. You know, I can appreciate the art. It's not something that I want to enjoy wearing on myself, though. I remember the first time I smelled it, I was like, "Oh, this smells really good." You know, it smells classic, but it's not something that I necessarily want to wear myself. I much prefer um, these things here that we're talking about, like gray flannel. Yeah, definitely a classic. Icon says, in winter nights, I like those suntanny lotion perfumes. In wintry nights, yeah. Coconut and white florals, not much popular, but I'll enjoy them until I have a new perfume love. Why on winter nights? Like, why not big ambery resins? I know what you mean. Coconut and white florals are so easy to like. What are some of your favorites? Coconut, terracotta, Guerlain terracotta makes a really good coconut and white floral, and it smells is frangipani, and it smells like you're on a tropical vacation. I love the smell of suntan lotion. I love being on the beach. I love the whole vibe of the beach and the sun and the sand and the water and all the smells. And terracotta does that good. Eden Rock has that kind of feeling, suntanny lotion with rose and some florals. It is very lotiony. I like it for that. Like if I'm going to the beach, Eden Rock is really good for that. Like very lotiony, you know? Um what else is suntan or coconutty? Coconutty. I like coconut as well. I guess Virgin Island water. I've never owned Virgin Island water, but that's very coconutty. I envision James Dean wearing Stirkus by Orto Parisi. Have you ever forgot to wear perfume one day? It's been a long time since I've gone without perfume, but I mean, I can't forget because it's in all parts of my life. Wherever I go, I have perfume there. I have perfume in my car if I forget to apply it in my house. I have tons of fragrance in my car, samples, little decants, things that I get from the store, the mall, you know? So I have the same at work. At work, I must have 2 to 250 samples of different perfumes of things that I can reference or wear if I forget something, you know, if I forget to bring my bottle. So it's just everywhere. So I can't really forget to wear or put some fragrance on, but it's just everywhere. There'll be times where I don't really feel like if I'm sampling a lot of things, I might not feel like wearing stuff. So that's different, but that rarely happens. Sam says, when are you going to start a Telegram channel, Eugene? This is a great way to connect us all even more. What is a Telegram channel? What is that a new app? Telegram. Aramis was difficult fragrance for me to enjoy at first, but the more I've sprayed it and worn it, the more. Is that so, Aramis? Yeah, I'm sure if I tried it and if I spray it and wear it, I'd get used to it as well. It's just a matter of going through that process. Yeah, I remember this kicking in the door. I kicked that door in so many times, the bolts came jarred loose. And then they got detached from the swing. Poor Judy. Judy could never figure out why the bolts were coming loose. But Judy was great. I remember Judy was a super, and she'd come in and she'd look at the fragrance. She'd be like, "What the hell? Why do you have so many fragrances?" She's never seen anything like it. Don't touch anything. Don't look at anything. Don't smell anything. But come on in. What's everybody wearing? What are you guys wearing that are people are just coming in? Like the stream if you're just coming in. We can open this up on YouTube here. I think Aramis in 1066 was different from today. 1966. Is that when it was released? 1966? I imagine it was different. Ton is in Bella Despido. Merry Christmas all. Merry Christmas to you, Ton. Usha Ferry is in Fort and Manly, Charlottetown. Awesome. I've not really gotten a lot of opportunity to try those Fort and Manleys. But I remember when they came out, there was a huge hype surrounding those. And everybody was everybody was so desperate to review them. Do you guys remember the hype on Fort and Manly? Huge. They grew super fast. Super fast. They had a huge fault. Like as soon as they came out, people were obsessed with them. It was like this underground culty thing that happened. It spread like wildfire. Went out today, wore MFK oud, just the plain oud. Happy holidays, Eugene. Yeah, that's a good rubbery oud. I have that. A good rubbery oud. It's very interesting how he did that. It's very interesting. It feels like a simple perfume, but in its simplicity, it's quite complex, and it doesn't smell like any other oud. Like that oud smells more. I think it's the most original oud in this collection. Before LDE, what was the scent of heartbreak for you? Asks Lily. I don't know if I had one. I didn't associate any other perfume with heartbreak. I've never really felt heartbreak like this before. And I've gotten heartbroken before, not like this. And I've broken hearts as well, but I never really associated anything. I kind of associate number 5 with the scent of love. Like when I think of love, 5 smells loving to me. I love like that bright, sunny, floral, powdery, soft thing. I don't know, heartbreak. I don't know. Maybe the closest thing would be Fahrenheit because it's like the bad boy cologne, the bad boy fragrance that the bad girls would go after. But I don't know. I don't think I've associated anything else with heartbreak. I don't know. What have you associated with heartbreak? That's a good question. Perfume can just like music, just like songs. Like, have you guys listened to songs over and over again after a heartbreak? A perfume can do that as well. Um, Yeah. For sure, huge hype. Yeah. It's are they still hyped? I don't really hear much about them anymore. Drawn by Sense is I got to pick scent of the day now. Finally been and had shower. Squeeze led to let skis. I think I will. There you go. Awesome. LDE. Good choice. Lynn has taken off. Have a happy Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas, Lynn. So good to see you. Thank you for being here and sharing your time with us. It's been great chatting with everybody. I've got to go. Yeah. Enjoy your holidays. We'll see you soon. I'm gonna have a lot of time off next week, so I'll be around. Yeah, it's guess overshadowed by Satin Mood and Silk Mood. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Satin Mood was really popular. Satin Mood was the most popular, and again, is because of that big vanilla sweetness. Way more popular than Silk was the Rose Oud, and then what were the other two? Cashmere and Velvet. Those were the more challenging, dirtier animalic ouds. A Satin Mood is probably the easiest to wear. I think Satin Mood was easier to wear than the regular mood or oud. But to me, it was more violet than it was rosy. And it was cookie-ish, very cookie-ish. That would be a good Christmas perfume, I imagine. Satin Mood. I guess a lot of love. Me as well, Eugene. Take care. Always great to listen. Have a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Yeah. Are you taking off? Everybody's taking off. Merry Christmas to you as well, man. Heartbreak, very interesting. I usually find perfumery of every kind to be more uplifting and unique with new experiences than a post experience. Terracotta is overpowering at night for me. Coconut Fizz and Yves Rocher all the way. Terracotta is overpowering, yeah. It's got a really big solar floral thing going on. I can imagine it gets like super herbal too. I'm probably an amber in there. I don't know. I don't think I've ever worn it to bed. Coconut Fizz. Coconut Fizz. Coconut Fizz. What else is coconutty? I feel like some of those Gucci Alchemist have coconut in them. What have you been wearing recently? Today I wear Tobacco Honey from Guerlain. Yeah, I wore that all day. What else have I been wearing? I've been wearing Egoiste. I wore Egoiste for my birthday. I wore Coco during the day, and I wore Egoiste for dinner. That's what I've been wearing. We've been wearing a lot of Tay Matcha. I've been wearing a lot of Dior Amour. What else? What else? Today was Tobacco Honey. I'm contemplating buying that Tobacco Honey, but every time I put it on, I'm like, do I want to plunk down $500 for this? For something that reminds me of so much of like Pure Havana, and I don't wear Pure Havana either, you know? So I'm like torn. It's Guerlain, and it's just Guerlain, you know? I feel like I have to have it, but I'm not in love with it. Drawn by Sense is off for last minute shopping shortly. All right, man. Have fun. Are you going to get yourself anything? Report back. What's my Christmas? I don't know. I haven't decided yet, Brian. I don't know, man. What are you going to wear? It'll probably be like the morning of choice. I don't know. It might be Coco. It might be Coco Pure Parfum. That's what it might be. I don't think it's going to be Mitsuko or 19. It'll be something warm, and it won't be cold floral. It'll be something warm. There was a lot of good recommendations earlier. Somebody said Dries. Pradeep said Dries, and I think that's a good choice. Dries is good. It's a big, sticky perfume. Chypre Paletin is a good choice. That's a good choice. Chypre Paletin. I like that. How about Chypre Paletin this year? I've not worn Chypre Paletin for Christmas. This deserves to be worn. That's a beauty. Look at that. Chypre Paletin, Ombre Narguil. What's a good Chanel for Christmas? Cocoa. Cocoa would be the best Chanel for Christmas. It has that clove, that plum in that clove, the big amber. It's such a perfect Christmas scent. I mean, it smells like Christmas and it's joyful. It's the most perfect Christmas perfume. Cocoa. It's so grand. And Christmas is the grandest day of the year, right? I think it might be Cocoa. Loewe's Paula Ibiza is coconutty. I've not tried that. Amazing scent tobacco honey is a gem, says Diego. Did you like that? Eau Sauvage Parfum 2012 used to be a bathroom spray until you found out it was discontinued. Still remember that comment. I think I know what you're talking about. Are you referring to a Facebook post? I think it's worth the money. I only have a 15 mil from one of the groups. I don't imagine I would reach for it much, though. We'll see. I'll pick it up somehow. Biche's LeBeau has coconut. Fuel for nightmares, though. Fuel for nightmares. I can imagine. That's a big. They're all so big and honking, eh? All the mall flankers. I might wear Alan's Jubilation 40 for Christmas. Jubilation, yeah, that's a good choice. The sweetness of Jubilation would work for Christmas. Musk Ravageur is a good choice. I've worn that several times. Quentin Berenbach. Good name, man. Yeah. Ravageur is a good. I've always enjoyed that. I've always enjoyed Musk Ravageur. The sweetness, the amber, the leathers, the spices. It's really good. Have you met Thierry Wasser at any of the perfume events? Yeah, I met him several times. At least twice, maybe 3. And I met Sylvain Delacourt, who was the creative director before Thierry Wasser. She was nice. I spent 2 hours with her. She was amazing to talk to. Icon says, I have a fragrance that gives me trouble every time I wear it. Something goes off rails. That's interesting. Nemo by Cacharel, one of my first fragrance buys also. One of my first fragrance buys, I'll always cherish it. What do you mean by something always goes off the rails? And that's such an interesting association. That's how I feel when I wear Interlude. I feel angry. When I wear Cristal, I feel like I'm outdoors by a running river. Cristal makes me feel like I'm by the river. And it's a river with floating ice chunks in it. It's so cold. Super cold. Did you guys all get your Christmas shopping done? I got a couple more pieces I got to pick up. I'm mostly done. I've got like the heavy lifting out of the way. Yeah, I think this is a good Christmas perfume. I think this is an excellent Christmas scent. The fruitiness goes great with the smoked woody notes. the spices, the incense, oud. It's interesting. Like it's very soft woods. It's not the harsh oud. Very clean oud. Good choice. Yeah, I think that's a good choice. I think it's a good time to cut the stream. The chat is slowing down. People are shopping. They're tired. We got 40 in the house. Like the stream. 47 likes. And it's a good time to go. I'm going to go for a bit. And it's a very sexy fragrance. Fève Gourmande is sexy, I think. Big amber, sweet amber. All right, guys, I'm going to go. It's 3:00. 40 viewers. We've been on for close to 3 hours, but it was good to see you all. I'll be back next week. I've got a lot of time next week. Tomorrow, maybe tomorrow. I'll be alone tomorrow. I'll have lots of time. Well, actually, I'll be wrapping presents and stuff. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe we can come back tomorrow if you guys want. But next week we'll have lots of time, so we'll be back and we'll catch up and gather. But until then, if I don't see you, have a Merry Christmas. I wish you guys have a very celebratory, safe Christmas, and enjoy your company, enjoy yourselves, enjoy your family, and be safe. And until then, we'll see you all. But good night. Good night, everybody. I'll talk to y'all soon. Merry Christmas.